men in the studio who will be talking to youth in Enugu, youth in the Southeast, about one entrepreneurship, about leadership, about self-empowerment, and a whole lot. Joining me this afternoon is Mr. Engineer Ekene, who will be my UPP gubernatorial candidate. Good afternoon and welcome.
Thank you.
And Dr. Chidi Cadet. I hope did I get
it?
Yeah,
you got it well.
AAC gubernatorial candidate. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
And the last but not least, our regular friend here, Chugoma Ephraim Okemwa, CEO, convener, Youth Decide. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness, you all are welcome. 2019. 2019. I want to begin from there. Now, since I was a child, I kept, like people kept saying, youth are the future of tomorrow. And up to now, I still say youth are the future of tomorrow. Now, for me, as a child growing up and to this moment, I've never seen that reflect in the life of Nigerian youths. Rather, it's the same people, old people, elderly people, that are still using the youth. Why haven't the youth known their rights? Even when some people tend or pretend that they know their rights, it can easily be taken away. So let me begin with Dr. Chidi Cadet Wanyamu.
Okay.
What is the place of the youth, or where is the place of the youth in our national development?
Well, it is not wrong for people to say that the youths are the future of every nation. But then it depends on the youth, like you when you were a kid. It depends on you to recognize or realize when you have arrived at that future, because nobody would do it for you. So all of us when we were kids, we were hearing that we're the future, and then, but people like us suddenly realized that this is the future that they were talking about yesterday. And so, like the slogan of my party will say, take it back. Nobody would offer you something like the power or the resources or anything that you want on a platter of gold. You always have to fight for it. So it is left for the youth to take back what belongs to them, and the time is now. The time is when you come to that realization. That is when you have arrived. And the problem with the Nigerian youth is that they have not realized that. They are realizing it very late. We actually are very late in the game, because you know what? Whenever I talk about the Nigerian youth, elsewhere the bracket is like 18 years to 35 or so, but in Nigeria, the youth bracket is actually 18 to around 55. Because at 50 years, some people have not even done what some 25-year kid is doing elsewhere.
That's right.
So they are still youth because they've not even had a job since they got out of school.
Okay, Ekene who's my UPP gubernatorial candidate. Even here, I think this should be the second time or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, you're a vibrant youth by looking at you. Why did you decide to run for the governorship position?
Thank you so much. You see, there's an Igbo adage that says, "Mili dolu neju, dolu manketa." You know, I took a critical look at the past 20 years, from 1999 up till now, 20 years exactly. 1999, I was 19 years old. You know, I took a critical analysis of Engr State, for instance. You know, the past leaders, their achievements, a whole lot of things. Traveling through the 17th local government, I realized that the docility in Engr State is alarming. You see, you cannot...
When you say the docility, what do you mean?
I mean, everybody is quiet. Okay. Nobody wants to take responsibility for the reality that is set before us. I also now studied the budget of Engr State of 2018. This budget is 103 billion naira budget. 0% was allocated to the youth. 0% was allocated to the women. 1% was allocated for agriculture. Then 2% for poverty alleviation, 8% education, 11% health. I now ask myself, what is the place of the future in this budget? Now, this same budget allocated 29% for reform of government and governance. I realize that the time to take responsibility for the future is now, and that's why I am running, well prepared.
Okay, that's what is pushing you.
Yes, we want to take back our future and begin to build a more vibrant future for our people.
Okay, coming to Chukuma Ifeanyi, CEO Ekene Youth Decide. I want to ask you, Chus, what is the idea behind this Youth Decide? Everywhere Youth Decide. I saw in Lagos, in Abuja, Port Harcourt, decide. What do the youth decide?
Yeah, basically what we're trying to do is to bring quality to the process, to the decision process. Because over the time in the nation, we've always advocated, get your voter's card and all the rest. But then, the better part of the society, which constitutes young leaders, young professionals, young entrepreneurs that have some measure of capacity, who would not vote because someone offered them 500 or thereabout. They are in fact too busy that on election days, they do not come out. So our campaign to them is simple. Get involved, add quality to the process, and of course we are sure to have better leaders.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Chidi, Wanyang.
Yes.
Okay. Now, talking about, let's look at awareness. Now, you are saying, you gave a statistics that from 18 to 50 something, they are still youth. Now, we are running for the governorship election.
Yes.
Now, to what extent did you create awareness to the youth? Because some people don't know their rights. How have you been able to create awareness?
Well, since our focus is actually on the youth, with special apologies to you guys who are in the mainstream media, what is in vogue right now, where the action is on social media. And that was why when I was invited, the first thing I asked was, are you guys on social media? Do you have social media presence? And when they said yes, I knew I was dealing with the right people. I could have as well just rejected the offer of coming, but I was happy because that shows you guys are in tune with reality. So we have tried to so we have tried to walk in line with what is. I have been on social media. Our party has been on social media a lot. In fact, the social media is our base and the youth is our base. So through that, we have really created a lot of awareness. As you know, I lived in Toronto for so many years, and when I was in Toronto, I was the president of the Engr State Association, and we wanted to see what we could do for the state, and that's why we were able to talk with the past Governor Sullivan, and he sent 3 commissioners over to an event we had there, and we tried to see how we could reach the youth here. And I went on to become the president of the Nigerian Canadian Association, and I led the delegation of the Canadian government down to this part of the country, the east. We were actually supposed to do something with the Engr state government, but I don't want to go through that. It didn't work out, unfortunately, because of the inherent logistics. Yes, you know, based on logistics, it didn't work out.
So we move forward.
We move forward. I wish there were youths in the government, then youths like us. It would have been a different thing. So in terms of awareness, we have used every medium where we have the youth, because we know where the youth gather. The youth gather on Twitter, they gather on YouTube, they gather on Facebook, they gather on Instagram, and we can measure the extent at which we reach them. We have parameters. Like when we send out something to them, we get feedback, we get their reactions, and we know we can target individuals, we can target areas, we can target age brackets. So that's how we've been able to create awareness of the youth knowing what time it is and what they are supposed to do, because that's the most important thing. We need to awaken them and let them know what time it is and the need for them to take up the mantle and stop being only members of the youth wing of their parties.
Okay, why are you convinced that if you are given the chance to rule, that you do well?
Well, based on my past record, I just have to go through my past record right from my secondary school days till now, and you would see based on my achievement and even based on my manifesto that I am ready for the job. My manifesto, well, actually I don't like using that word manifesto because politicians are actually really, really.
So what would you do differently if you happen to be the next governor of the state?
Let me tell you something. When I was coming into this race, I looked around and I was really not impressed. But when I saw someone like Ekene, I was actually impressed. I was encouraged. Because everybody said, no, 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 you shouldn't go. The political climate in Enugu is so charged and blah, 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 blah. But when I came and I saw that there were also young people like him doing what I was doing, I was encouraged. And we've been friends and we've been exchanging ideas. You heard him talk about the percentage or no percentage that was allocated to areas like agriculture and to the youth. When I come in, I have made that my priority to use agriculture to be a catalyst to making things to start working again in Engr State. And that's why I use the mantra to make Engr State great again. I'm going to embark on massive, large-scale agriculture. What that will do is that it is going to open up jobs for the young people, because we are not going to reinvent the wheel. We're going to use what we already have. It is not acceptable that a state like Enugu State, with the good land that we have, with the good climate that we have, we are importing oka and aro. We import it from the north, where there's desert. That is not acceptable. Go to Akwata, you see loads and loads of trailers offloading yam, cassava, things that should be grown here. So we are not going to allow that. When we invest on this large scale agriculture, we'll be able to, because there's so many fallouts from that kind of exercise. We're going to have a haulage, we're going to export these products to other states and to outside the country, and then people will have so much jobs for people in Enugu State, and then we will also provide jobs for people who will come to benefit from what we're going to do. There's a lot of things that we're going to do different, because if you go to my website, which is www.aacparty.org or .com, you'll see where I've explained each of the letters of that mega vision, as I call it, because M was just multiplying agriculture and jobs. E is enhancing the economy of Enugu State. G is providing a great health care for our people. And A is providing advanced world-class architecture, advanced world-class infrastructure, because I'm an architect,
Okay,
and
so
I own a
that's
construction company.
okay. Okay, I came in, so I'm really eager to hear from Engineer Ekene.
No, Chidi.
Yeah, I'm Chidi.
Okay, he's Chidi. Okay.
Yeah,
Ekene.
Engineer Ekene Uzodimma, the UPP gubernatorial candidate. You know, the issue of vote buying is really critical. So I'm wondering, how are you tackling this? Because you should be tackling it now. What have you put in place to ensure that maybe the young people that maybe follow you on social media, that on the day of the election would vote for you, and would reject anyone who may want to give them some money to vote otherwise?
Thank you so much. On the issue of vote buying, I would rather say it's not just vote buying, but vote trading.
Okay.
There won't be
Buying,
vote
selling,
buying
trading.
if somebody is not willing to sell his or her vote.
Mhm.
So, and over the years, when this whole thing began, I began with the new Enugu project. For the past 2 years, I began the new Enugu project. I believe that Enugu can be better off. We can give birth to a brand new Enugu state. So I used that to travel around the 17 local governments, holding meetings and seminars across the entire local government, talking to the women and to the youth on the need to take responsibility. And part of it is the need to not to sell your future for a meager sum of money. I've used that to, to talk to a lot of people already. I held a lot of other seminars right inside the urban area. So I so much believe that our people are wiser now. They understand the system that have been practiced in the past. You know, they get into power, you won't see them anymore until after 3.5 years. They come back to tell you the same stories and issue you some gifts and all of that. So I know strongly that our people are aware now. We understand that the system that we have practiced in the past 20 years had not helped us, and they are really, really willing and ready to toe a different path. That doesn't mean that we can't find those who will still sell off their vote and those who will still buy people's vote. Yes, they are there, but I know they are not so much as it used to be.
Okay.
And I guarantee you that some of our big politicians will be so disappointed in this election.
Okay, Ekene, you know why the vote trading you just said, why you have this widespread is because of unemployment. Some youth will tell you, because I'm not doing anything, so if you offer me 1 or 2 thousand,
Hungry man is.
so I will do that. Now, if you're elected, how will you tackle unemployment?
Thank you so much. For clarity's sake, I have a detailed blueprint. I call it my blueprint. After my 2 years research, I wrote a book I titled Challenging the Status Quo. That book is what we call manifesto, like he rightly said. We don't like to use manifesto anymore, it's my blueprint. In my blueprint, I detail some of those things. I will give you a highlight of this now. According to the United Nations demography, 92% of the Nigerian youth are dependent on others, according to the statistics as of today. Now, translate that to 20 years from now, 92% of our adults will be dependent on others. Now, I focus so much attention on how to build a formidable economy and create employment, especially for the fact that the youth have been neglected so much in this state. Now, when elected into power, the first and foremost thing I will do is what I call youth and women empowerment. I created a platform where we can develop the skill in our youth. Our young men and women are I don't know how to put it, no skill, we don't have so much to offer. Some of us are unemployable. So what we do, we develop the capacity among the youth using the Youth and Women Empowerment Scheme that we built, a center that we built across the 3 senatorial zones. Part of what I did in my manifesto was on agriculture. I'm a farmer by practice. I own 125 acres of farmland in Engr state. So I know the potentials of agriculture, just like he said. In my blueprint, we'll build 17 farm settlements across the 17 local governments. And this farm settlement will come up with about 200 acres of land per settlement. These farm settlements will be allocated to the youth. So what we want to do is, for every local government, on our first tenure, we will empower 200 youths with a farm location where the government will sponsor and secure those farm settlements. Now, this same government will also offtake the farm produces. Now, if you look at 200 hectares of land across 17 local governments, 200 youths empowered across 17 local governments. When you multiply that, you find out how many number of thousands of youths have been empowered through agriculture. Now, this agricultural program has the capacity of employing 2 or 3 direct laborers into the farmland. Multiply that also by the number of farmland and the number of people that are being employed. That's a huge number of people. Now, we also have another program for the entrepreneurs. We know that in Engr state, a lot of young men and women are working hard to survive on their own. Go to the streets, go to where they work on phones. You see a lot of our young men working hard. Now, what we want to set up what I call small and medium scale entrepreneurship hub, where we can bring them together, support them with soft loans, support them with ideas, support them with resources to grow their private businesses. I'm telling you, our package for the youth and the women is powerful. My greatest desire is to translate that United Nations statistics that say 92% of our youth are jobless and dependent on others. In 4 years, we want to have 92% of our youth gainfully employed and working, growing the economy with us.
Okay, there's this Igbo adage, and it's anyone can talk. Me too, I can just be talking like this. But most times, those talk don't actually translate so much to reality. Okay, so maybe I'll speak with the convener of You Decide now. Chukuma Ifrem, okay one. how do we get to hold people who want to or who are already elected? Because at the end of the day, we're talking of elections. How do we get to hold them accountable for all this? Because if 10% of what is said is done, Nigeria will be good for it.
Yeah, let me start first from the aspect of ensuring that the right persons that have the capacity, get to saddle with those positions. The simple truth I've discovered is that you are not going to build reputation based on what you will do. Anybody can make promises, but based on your track records. My dear, if somebody is saying I'm going to create thousands of jobs, how many jobs have the person been able to create without that office? If the person is saying I want to impact lives, right? And before you're able to find yourself in that position, how many lives have you been able to impact? I tell people, power does not change people. It only amplifies what you have. When you see people that are proud because they are governors or because they are this and all the rest, before they got to that position, check their life. Some of them may pretend, but when they get there, you see their true color. That doesn't mean it was not there. So one of the first things is to ensure okay, look at their track records. And then number two, when they have already gotten in there, you see there's what we don't do here in this part of the country. And that's the fact that when some of these leaders constitute their kitchen cabinet, they don't get critics in there. They only get sycophants.
If you were there, would you?
Yeah, certainly.
Would you get critics?
As a matter of fact, aside from being a civic leader, as a school administrator with 89 staff working for me, right? My best of friends in administration are those that can look straight into my eyes and tell me that this way we're going is not the right way. When you keep people like that, smart, I call them like smart friends. You understand? Those that can look straight into your eyes and say, if we do this way, that will be better off. Because you discover that when a leader is dancing naked in the marketplace, and all you have is people clapping, I mean, he tends to dance more. You understand? So I think we need to get to a point where, even if they are not ready to do that, then people should voice out more. If you have an opportunity of meeting a governor, meeting a commissioner, you should be able to ask the person the questions that matter. Like I could remember confronting a government official, and I asked, what's your blueprint for young people in your constituency? How do you intend to empower them? And the answer was very marvelous. She told me, well, she's thinking of printing an impactful exercise books for the youth. So when you engage them, you discover that sometimes, of course, they are not owners of the ideas. It could not be an opportunity to educate them further if they really want to know.
Well, for want of time, we would have wanted to do more talking, but our time is up. Our time is seriously up, and I just also want to say thank you to the gubernatorial candidate for UPP, Engineer Ekene Ozodima. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And gubernatorial candidate for AAC, Dr. Chidi. Thank you very much for being here. Let's hope for the best.
All right. Thank you very much for having me.